How do we react to something that is so senseless, so absolutely unjust? People from age 54 to 97 years old. I mean, your heart bleeds, your heart cries for this loss. The families, the community, and you see the entire country in shock. The outright act of anti-Semitism, as has been reported, I don't even want to repeat the words, they're looking to kill Jews. So the first thing, unfortunately, this is not the first time in history that Jews have been killed in cold blood. However, it's shocking today in the world in which we live, the free world and country that the United States has become a haven, a blessing for us. And we don't hear such things. They're mostly stories that happened in the past generation, in Nazi Europe, Soviet Union, in Tsarist Russia, in the Middle Ages. Unfortunately, we have a history. And when you look at how Jews dealt with it, you actually have a awesome and tremendous lesson for each one of us, and even for those that are deeply suffering as we speak. Now, the first thing is we all cry together. It's not the loss of one person, it's the loss for all of us. We cry together, and with all the questions, we don't have an answer why. We see it time and again. Whenever the question was asked, the response was silence. God's response was silence. Because there's no words and there's no explanation. The most brilliant mind cannot speak to a crying heart. And we're sensitive to that, and we're aware of that, especially right in the wake of the tragedy. And yet, we don't become paralyzed. How this paradox works, nobody really knows, but it works. We take it to heart. Firstly, obviously, the grief, the loss. But we also take to heart that we don't ignore it, and we look into our introspection, into our own soul, a soul search. This is not about finger pointing. Because many people say, oh, it's due to somebody's actions. You must have done something wrong. No, you have to look at yourself. You heard about the story. Even if you don't live in the community, that means that you have to look into your own heart and soul. And it's a wake-up call. So you see senseless hate, you counter it with senseless love. When you see darkness, we counter it with light. And this has been the Jewish way, which frankly is a universal way, and the most healthy psychological way to deal with tragic loss, is that we do not remain complacent. We don't get paralyzed in the pain. On the contrary, we take all our grief and we channel it toward a revolution of good. And you'll say, one second, there's so many reasons to be angry and bitter and accusatory. And yes, the person responsible is absolutely responsible and should be prosecuted in the fullest possible way. But the question is, what do we do? Is that enough? No. We have to become better people. And here are 11 individuals, 11 souls. In a way, we redeem them by taking their memory, then their legacy, by doubling and tripling and quadrupling, and as many times as possible, the good deeds that we commit to in their honor.